welcome to this online arbitrage deals video. And today I'm basically going to be shedding a bit more light, quite literally, into the VAT changes within Amazon. Now, I think I've talked about this on a couple of previous videos, but what I don't think I've talked about is not enough anyway, is the kind of like silver lining to it, because with anything, there's a glass half empty way to look at it and a glass half full way to look at it. Now, I know obviously profit margins are going to be that bit tighter because of the VAT on the fees, and obviously it's going to affect you more if you're non-VAT registered, simply because obviously you can't claim back that VAT. But there are a few good things that have come out of the changes that Amazon have made, and you're probably thinking, wait, what? Now, obviously, it would be great if we didn't have heightened costs on things, but I'm going to flip it around for you. We know the changes that Amazon have made. We know the kind of impact that they're having. And the primary one is the fact that the fees have increased. But here's the good bits about it, right? So number one, it's great sort of like training for you if you are, say, relatively new to Amazon, or you've not experienced a change like this on Amazon before, because in the past Amazon have, tweaked, added in new policies and so forth. They've changed fees, and in this sense what I'm talking about is the VAT changes. So it's how VAT is handled, so therefore it's charged you by your sort of like local Amazon center, if you will, rather than as I say, it primarily will affect you if you're a UK seller. So like for UK sellers, you're being charged by different Amazon source to what you were before, so therefore local VAT rules apply. So therefore that VAT rate, that 20%, is going on top of the referral and FBA fees. You can't be exempt from that anymore. I mean, that's the main thing that I guess everyone's taking away from it, which of course, heightened costs. But the silver lining is that it's great training, because as I say, if you haven't come across any changes within Amazon before and you've kind of just waited for this change to happen, and then it's quite kind of like a tougher slog to get used to it and adapt. This is good, because it means that for next time when Amazon make a change, if they ever do, I'm sure there'll be more changes in the future, it's just inevitable, but if they were to say up a fee, for example, by a certain amount, basically what you could then do from the point that you hear about it, which is why it's important to keep up with Amazon news updates and so forth, the moment that you hear about it, take this into account when you do your deal analysis, right? This is because it will get you used to having that fee as part of something you take into account, which means that the products you find that work out with that fee in the period prior to the change, they'll work out really well. But in the period where that change happens, that you've got a range of products that work out well under those new circumstances, right? So that's the good thing about it. It just means that if you hit 1st of August and all of a sudden it is quite a drastic change, because this hasn't been factored in before this point, it means that next time it's really good practice to factor in a change, if you can, in your deal analysis, and so forth. So that way, as I say, anything you find prior to the change that works out with that, say, upped fee, that will do really, really well. And when that change happens, you'll have a range of products that work out well with that change in place, right? So it helps you get used to changes within Amazon, and for next time, if you can try and add this into your overall analysis process, right, you'll get used to it, and it means that it won't be such a tough slog initially when the change happens, because you're used to factoring it in. You'd probably found products that work out nicely with the new change and so forth. So there's that. Also, it means that you should see a nice sort of like decrease in price tanking. Now, obviously, with higher fees, it's going to eliminate the sellers who don't take Amazon selling very, very seriously. These are the ones that will come onto your listing and completely disrupt the flow by setting an outrageously low price in order to win the buy box. I've seen it whereby they make a loss. I don't know if this is because they're literally just trying to get rid of them, or they've not done a thorough analysis. They don't know if they sell for that price they will actually be making a loss. But I've seen it. I've seen people sell for their break even, which of course is like a last resort kind of thing. But I know for a fact that not everyone does it as a last resort kind of deal. Some people do it literally just to make sales, but again, it's probably where a thorough analysis hasn't been done prior, because to purposely sell for your break even as like a thing that you do very quickly, unless of course something was going drastically wrong with the product and you just desperately have to get rid of it or something along those lines, then I don't really know anyone that's going to just go, yeah, well, I'll sell for my break even as like a optional choice. But you should see a lot less price tanking. If you already use a repricer like Profit Protector Pro, you won't really notice much of a difference because you'll already be used to less price tanking because the way the repricer works. But overall, as a general problem, you will see a lot less price tanking because sellers who aren't very serious won't be able to afford to be, not serious, and tank listings. People will need to make their money, and profit margins being tight, as I say, people will need to bump up their pricing, and I've seen quite a lot of that. I've seen a number of listings where the overall pricing ranges are like naturally risen because obviously people are trying to cover those additional costs, right, with the VAT on top of the referral and FBA fees, and so this means that again the overall pricing will be going up. People won't be able to afford to just tank it and go down anymore, which is the good thing that comes out of it, and that's probably the main good thing that does come out of it. And so that is a bit of what you can take away, as good things that come from this change, because there is a little bit of good that comes with changes that are like that. So yeah, hopefully this has helped you see the VAT changes in a slightly different light. Of course, as I say, the main thing that you'd take away from it obviously will be the VAT on the fees, but those are some of the good things to come from it. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you soon.